going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and there's a new king of Kaspa on the market. So right now we can see that a lot of you guys may have heard about this, the Windminer K9 Kaspa ASIC here, or miner. I don't know how to read, but regardless, this thing was coming in at about $24,000 at its last listed price. It's about 10.5 terahash and 3,300 watts, which is extremely good, but this price tag is insane. So this is not the miner I am referring to. It is this guy from iBeLink. This is 10.5 terahash, a little bit more in the power here at 3,400 watts, but it's over 50% cheaper than the Windminer. That is absolutely insane. So I'm going to compare this to some other ASICs, and this is something you're probably definitely going to want in your arsenal. But then again, at the same time, we don't know what's happening with Kaspa. Could it have already hit its all-time high and we'll never see that again? It's possible. I highly doubt it, but we're going to do some price looking here and see exactly what ROI is and how much this miner could be making. All right, guys, so here is, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Now we can see things a little better. So we're going to compare this to a bunch of the other ASICs. You're probably skimming through this right now already. I have things color-coded for best and worst in each category here. But yeah, so this is what things are looking like. There is no overclocking in any of these numbers. It does seem like overclocking is also leading to the failure of a lot of these ASICs. Again, that's not 100% confirmed that it's due to OCs. Maybe it's just bad chips. But still, you know, no overclocking, running as efficient as you can is what we're going to need moving into the future as that Kaspa hash rate continues to climb and that block reward continues to drop. The next block reward reduction is actually set to happen tomorrow at the time of this video. So when we look at profitability, we will be counting that based on that block reward already happening with the drop this month. All right, so starting things off with the KS0 Pro, I do have, you know, like I mentioned earlier, them marked in green and red for best and worst here. And in green, the KS0 Pro is the lowest power consumption miner out of all of them, and recently just had a price drop over at Ice River to $349. It's actually doing 2 gigahash per watt, and this was a major plus for home miners because it's the lowest power consumption miner out there, and 100 watts you're not even going to really notice on your power bill. So that's one thing why this was a huge popular miner for a lot of the home miners out there. But let's just kind of jump up here and we can see price per gigahash. This is the major thing. So the lowest price that you pay for the hash rate you're getting, essentially, depending on the efficiency, that's going to be the fastest ROI in miners. And we can see right here that the iBeLink there over at Crypto Miner Bros is only $1.12 per gigahash. That is insanely cheap when it comes to this. So we can see 10.5 terahash, $11,799 at only 3,400 watts here. And on top of being the cheapest per gigahash, it is also one of the most efficient miners, even beating Bitmain's KS3s, and it's actually cheaper than Bitmain's KS3s, which is crazy to think about. Now, they're probably going to release new spot mining or spot prices soon and drop it more, or maybe they're going to be working on an 18 gigahash miner for all we know. I have no idea. I feel Bitmain, this is a busy year for Bitmain because they are going to be releasing that L9 and some other revamped models sometime later on in this year. So they got other things on their priority, but who knows? If Kaspa money is there, they're definitely going to upgrade that miner and get in on that FOMO. Regardless, we do have 3 gigahash per watt here coming in at only $1.12 per gigahash, which makes this iBeLink BM-KS MAX an extremely valuable, and, you know, technically it's not even that expensive. A lot of people are going to say this is a stupid expensive miner. Look at Kaspa, blah, blah, blah. We're going to look at the numbers here right away, but you cannot argue that this is right now one of the cheapest miners per gigahash, and it's coming in very efficient. All right, so now let's kind of look at some numbers here. And coming into the Kaspa Explorer, we can see the current network hash rate is 162.92 petahash, and Kaspa is sitting at a current price of about 10 cents. So now we're going into the calculator. I got that 11,800 here. You know, it is 11,799. But looking at current network conditions as of right now, based on the block reward already dropping, that is about 161 days ROI on this ASIC. You know, that's extremely fast. 161 days. There's no other ASIC out there that is even within under a year right now. Now we're talking bear markets. We're looking at these bear market prices and using ROIs as, you know, set in stone. This could easily turn into probably less than 30 days if you're hodling your coins. And I know a lot of people out there are most likely hodling their coins. So because this is efficient, it's not using much power, but right now it looks like it would be making about $72.83 per 24 hours. So per day, based on that, that's about 728 coins. So now what happens when the bull run hits? Let's say you're hodling out for the next couple months here, and all of a sudden the price of Kaspa goes to something like 30 cents. Now, there's a lot of people out there saying Kaspa's going to hit $1. Kaspa's going to hit $5 easily. I really doubt it. I can see maybe at the peak of the bull run, it might hit around 75 cents. Obviously, I wish it would hit $1, $2, $3. That'd be absolutely amazing. Crypto has done some pretty crazy things in the past. Look at Dogecoin, for example. So if it hits a couple dollars there, you know, awesome. That's all super bonus there. But let's say we hit something like 75 cents for an example. So let's just say 75-cent Kaspa gets hit at the peak of the bull run. This thing is now making $546 per 24 hours through the entire next month as of the latest block reward having. That is an ROI of only 21 days. So if Kaspa hits 75 cents, it'll only take 21 days of mining, which means if I had this miner bros, if you see this, I would really love to check out this miner. But anyway, if Kaspa does hit 75 cents and I mine with this right now for 21 and a half days and shut the miner off and never turn it on again, in theory, in the bull run, if it hits 75 cents here, I will have ROI'd this miner and only mined on it for 21 and a half days. So that's what, you know, looking at bear market prices right now is not really the best idea. Now, what if this does hit something crazy like people are saying? What if it goes to $3, which I highly doubt, never going to happen, but never say never when it comes to crypto. This thing would ROI in 5 days, making over $2,100 through this entire next month. That is absolutely insane. But again, we got to look back at 10 cent per kilowatt hour, or 10 cent. I don't know why I'm talking about power right now, but we're at 10 cent Kaspa right now, not power. And again, this is down to $72.83. Now let's kind of look at the KS0 Pro with its recent price drop of $349 here. I'm going to pump that in right here. So 349. Let's go 349. Hit that up, and now we're obviously going to have to drop the hash rate down to 200 gigahash. It's 251. Now that is still less than 1 year of an ROI, which is pretty crazy in terms of ROI efficiencies. It's only using 100 watts, so you're not going to go bankrupt trying to mine on this. But let's look at 75-cent Kaspa based on this. That turns into a 33-day ROI. That's looking pretty good. Now the bull run hits and everyone's flocking in. Yes, Kaspa just spiked up to freaking 75 cents. I want a miner. I want a miner. And, you know, the hash rate from that point is just going to balloon and skyrocket. We're going to be down quite a bit here in the block rewards. I actually have the block reward reduction set here all the way to the end of the year, to December, so we can kind of see how things are changing out. Now we don't know, you know, the unknown factors, how much hash rate will be on at that point, but I can use the same parameters here and kind of look at how that block reward is dropping. But the point is, right now we're in a bear market. It is one of the dumbest things you could possibly do is look at ROI right now and think that that's how long it's going to take, especially if Kaspa does hit levels like 75 cents, $1 or something crazy even higher. So, you know, this miner is looking extremely well, but we do have more miners coming in from Gold Shell, which will increase that hash rate. They have 2 miners coming. One is a mini home miner, like, you know, your KD boxes and mini Doge 3s and stuff. They have a little mini home version like that, and they also are going to have a big miner that's at least 1 terahash. So it's going to be interesting to see how well they actually perform. Now, it's definitely going to come to how much power they use, and it's also going to come down to how much do they price them out for. So stay tuned for that. We're keeping an eye, and we'll be ready for that whenever it emerges. But right now, we do have a new Kaspa King in the form of the iBeLink BM-KS MAX Kaspa Miner. Alright guys, so thank you for checking out this video. Brand new Kaspa King is in the house. It's coming in at a pretty decent price now. I know a lot of you guys are probably still going to say it's pretty expensive. Now I think if you were to just buy Kaspa instead with this amount of money, you're probably going to get over 200,000 Kaspa. It's hard to say if you'll actually mine that back. But right now we are moving more towards the efficiency side of Kaspa as the rewards are getting harder and harder to get. So let me know, are you mining Kaspa? Are you mining on anything else? Head on over to Crypto Miner Bros. Get your ASICs today. Code Rabid is $50 off. Links in the description. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.